Welcome back, guys. I am pumped today. I am completely pumped today. I've got so much to tell you. This is going to be like the best episode. Like the first few episodes have been awesome. I've really enjoyed them. This episode is going to be even better. Man, I need to lay off the amphetamines, but I've got so much to tell you. Krauljug, one of the developers of Colonial Charter, he's been sending me so many emails. He sent me like 3 emails in the space of like 10 minutes, and I've got to give him a big shout out. Krauljug. Oh yeah, he is the man. Oh, you know what? And while I'm doing the shout outs, I've got to do one more shout out. My mate Edinburgh. There you go, big shout out for Edinburgh. Edinburgh is such a top guy, such a big supporter of the channel, and has been for such a long time. So he deserved a shout out. Right, I've got so much to tell you. Right. I've just loaded up version 1.43. There've already been 3 updates. So if you're using this, make sure that you're checking for the latest updates. I mean, they're coming out like so often. The guys at Black Liquid are doing just a fantastic job. I'm letting the guys get on with this. They're only running at times 2, I think. Yeah, so that they can just get on with stuff for the time being. You know what? I'll give them something to do. Should we get some resources in, get some logs and stuff, and then I'll tell you about all the stuff, because there is a hell of a lot to tell you. There's some significant changes going on, and let's get some iron and stone as well. There's some iron and stone. Yeah, there's some iron and stone down here. Let's give our labourers something to do. They're getting on with the herbalist, and in fact the herbalist's already done. Oh, let's put the herbalist in then. I've already got the teacher in. Let's get the herbalist in. My God, seriously, I've got to lay off the amphetamines. What? Where's the herbalist? Here's the herbalist. Let's just put one herbalist in. And people are saying, well, you don't need to put a herbalist in. You could just get some different food types. Like, I always start with a bloomin' gatherer and a hunter and a forest. And it's like, come on, let's do something different. What are we doing? We've got the hunting cabin going on over there. That's good. They're going to need a house, aren't they? Yes, they are. Let's put a house in. Then I promise I'm going to put this house in, and then I'll tell you what I was going to tell you like 2 minutes ago. Let's put at least one house in for these guys. Boom. Right, done. Right. You lot get on with that. You've got plenty to do. And I'm going to get on with this. We've got loads of food coming in. Right. So I'm using 1.43. And what is in the last couple of versions? What's in like 1.42 and 1.43? 1.43, 1.42, the big change, this was really funny. They've put in hot crops. Now, this brings me on to something that Krauljug's been telling me about. Krauljug, I asked him the question about whether temperature affects the growth rates of crops. And he was like, good, that's a really good question. Let me go and dig inside the code. And he sent me about this really long email with loads of stuff in it. About, how the temperature affects the crops and all the rest of it. And at the time, temperature and climate affected all the crops in exactly the same way. And that is that within a certain temperature range, they grow at maximum rate. But over, like if it's really hot, like I'm talking over 90 degrees, then your growth rates will go down. And if it's cold, your growth rates go down. But, and he came back to me and he said, we'd like to do something with this, like make some crops, work better in different temperatures. He said, maybe in 1.5, and I can't wait to hear what that one's going to be called. Maybe in version 1.5, we'll do something with the crops. Like 24 hours later, they come out with version 1.42, which has got hot crops. Now, hot crops are resistant to high temperatures. So even if it's like over 90 degrees, they'll still grow fine. And the hot crops are, I'll put a list up, barley, corn, cotton, figs, flax, olives, sorghum, tomatoes, watermelons, and wheat. So there you go. Now I'm sure there'll be even more stuff coming along. And I was like, when I saw the list, and I was like, what about like all the citrus fruits, like lemons and limes and stuff like that? They should be they should flourish in hot temperatures or whatever. Well, version 1.43 comes out, which has got it's got a bug fix in. There was a bug with the candles. That's been fixed. There are a couple of changes. Orchards grow in any temperature, any climate. Okay. Now, actually, now that means that lemons and limes and whatever will flourish in hot climates. But I actually hope that, like, when maybe in 1.5, it's more selective. So, like, lemons and limes and mangoes and stuff like that grow in really hot temperatures and grow well, but don't grow in colder climates. And then stuff like potatoes and onions and stuff like that grow in colder climates. God, see? Oh God, got to lay off the speed. And yeah, so that's that. Right, next, foresters. I want to talk about foresters because this is kind of there were a few comments about this, so I thought I'd clear this up. Let's look at the foresters and logging, because there's a bunch of new varieties and people are confused about like what exactly they do. So you've got the forester, then you've got the forester new trees, then you've got the forester palm trees. Okay, the only difference between these is visual, right? The forester's lodge plants the old trees, the oaks and the birches and like what you would get in the vanilla game. The new trees forester only plants the new trees that have been added in version 1.4. So there you go. And then the palm trees just plants palm trees. So if you're doing like a South American thing and you're in the Amazon jungle, right, then you're better off going for like the new trees, or like if you're doing, I don't know why you'd use the palm trees. I guess if you're doing it like a Caribbean thing, if you're doing like a Caribbean island thing, type kind of thing, you'd want the palm trees. And it's the same with the hardwood forester. The difference between the two hardwood forester, the hardwood forester and the hardwood forester new trees, they only produce hardwood, but they produce it's just the visual thing of the trees that they plant. There you go. My God, I'm talking so fast because I've got so much to get through, guys, and I've got like story stuff to tell you, and let me get to it. Right, so what else? These guys are getting on with it. Look, we've got over 1,000 food now. My God. And once the herbalist kicks in and starts produce some herbs, you stupid old woman in the woods. Has she produced any herbs yet? Yes, she's finally produced 10 herbs. So hopefully that's going to start getting our health up a little bit. How are we doing up here? Oh, the hunter's been built. Let's get the hunter going. Hunters. Where are hunters? Oh, this is alphabetical now. No wonder I couldn't find anything. Oh, alphabetical lists. Love it. Let's have a couple of hunters. We're down to one labourer. You know what? Let's reduce it to one builder. I'm actually going to take a couple of people out of these buildings, I think. We've got like 5. How much are they producing now? It's got to be... Look at this, 2,200. And that wasn't even a full season at max. We can drop these down. We can drop this down to 4. We'll have that as 4 of 4. And we'll have this as... if I click on the right building, we'll just have 2 people in here, I think. There we go. That gives us a few labourers at least. And the blacksmith's going to be part-time and the woodcutter's going to be part-time as well, so they'll be labouring as well. I probably need to put in some more resource gathering for these guys. We're getting some logs. You know what? Let's get this going. Let's get this node going. Let's get a forester going. Now, which forester did I put in? It's a good question. Actually, what the hell is that building? Oh, that's the forester. New trees. That's what I wanted. God. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to pack in everything I want to tell you into this episode. I need to speed up. Right, so let's take this off pause. Let's get a forester going. That'll get us some logs, and he'll start to bring in this stone and iron and stuff. And am I going to get the gatherer going? You know what? I'm not going to get the gatherer going yet. But we're going to want another house for the foresters, aren't we? Yes, we are, Skye. Get on with it. Don't talk about it, do it. Right, we've got it. Oh, the stockpile's there. Right, okay. In that case, let's put the house up this end, I guess. Let's put that in there. Right, cool. What else did I want to tell you? This building here. Right, the Golden Llama. And by the way, the Fakawi tribe are getting very, very upset because we've chopped down all the trees around the Golden Llama and exposed it to the world. And this is sacred to the Fakawi. They're getting very upset. I think we're going to have to put the palisade in very, very, very soon. And I'm seriously thinking. See, I've got so much to tell you. I'm seriously thinking about developing this around the lake and doing like a whole town around the lake. In fact, the two lakes. So we'll go up to the mini PP as well as the Sakapupu. Which reminds me, somebody asked me about the name of the river, because we've got the names of the lakes, but what's the river that runs through? Well, I'm sure you're all familiar with the Amazon River, biggest river in the world. This is a tributary of the Amazon, and it's called the PayPal. Amazing how many internet companies took their names from South American rivers. A lot of people don't know about the PayPal, but there you go. So there we are, we're on the river PayPal, flying through the mini PP and the Sakapupu with the Fakawi tribe. We're going to start getting hides, so then we can get this tailor going, which would be very nice. Did I have anything? Yeah, so I was telling you about this building, right? So Kraljug was explaining that this building. Now, when you assign people to this, and you can only assign one person, he becomes an adventurer. But the adventurer has the highest mortality rate in the game. And, like, seriously, you can expect to lose more than one person before you actually get anything out of this. And this produces ancient relics. And we can see inside it now. Do you remember I wanted to show you inside it? And you can see there's little details in there. I wish we could get even closer. We need a first-person mod so you can actually get in closer. There's a little... See this relic? There's a little relic in there. Isn't that cool? Right, so yeah. So I'm not going to assign an adventurer just yet, but we will be getting the adventuring going at some point. Let's have a quick look around the house and see what people we've got. So, yeah, we know about Wern and Adriana and that family. Pearl Isle, Liviana. They got another child, Lesson, as well as Lenoran. God damn, I'm falling over myself. Stir and Hallie. Oh, they've got a new... Because Brianna, remember, was the first child we had born. They've got Danamar. They've also got Jen Carley. Cool name, Jen Carley. I like that. What else? We've got... Arson and Yolandra. They had Nor Woodrow and Ali. Oh, they've got Glorian now. Oh, that's a nice name. I like that. And who else we got? We've got Mavery and Marl. And they've got Kale and Armani and Beth. Wow, they're really banging out the kids. What about the crazy old woman in the woods? What's going on there? Oh, Lutheridun. Lutheridun he's the crazy old man in the woods. And he's got C and Eddie with him. And they've just had a child, Pleaser. Oh, oh dear, oh dear. And he's a boy. He's going to be a lad. Oh, he's going to be pleasing the girls. Oh yeah. Let's go check out the forest node. How are we doing up here? Right, we've got the hunting cabin. Are we producing hides? Yes, we're producing leather and we're producing venison. Our food is still looking good. They've almost built the house, which is awesome. They've got the forester going. That's great. Not getting stuff for this yet. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, right. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm looking at my list. They're like, I've got this long list of stuff that I need to tell you about. Right. Okay. That's it. I think that's it. Right. Now we can get the tailor going. So let's allocate a tailor, and we can start getting some clothes going. Although, to be honest, it's so hot. I think they're going to be running around naked half the time, which would, to be honest, explain the high birth rate. We're already up to 10 children. How's the school doing? Let's have a look at the school. Yeah, schoolhouse. We've got no students. The kids are refusing to go to school, and who can blame them? Theodore was born. I've got a friend who likes that name, Theodore, whatever. Let's check this out. How's the production doing? Still staggering. Our food is going down a tiny little bit. because we were over 1,000. It's going down, but then we're up to like 27, and I took a couple of people out of here. But the hunter should start making that up with a bit of luck, and we've got a gatherer ready to go. There's the that's the forester. Did I put? Oh yeah, here's the gatherer. Here's the gatherer. So we can always crank the gatherer up if this starts getting low. But see, it's going up again now. I think it was just people grabbing stuff for the new houses that were getting built. So we've got the blacksmith, we've got the tailor, and the tailor's going to be. Yes, he's got his stuff. What are we going to make? Hide coats. That's all we can make till we get some sheep. Right. You know what? We need to get a trader in. Now, to get a trader in, and this is another tip, and I didn't know this, apparently if you use the flattened terrain tool, when stuff gets gathered, right, the materials that get produced by clearing away trees and stone and whatever disappear when the thing flattens. So make sure that you actually clear an area before you flatten it. I think that's a pretty good tip. So we're going to do that. Let us, I want to remove all resources from this area. Let's get rid of all the resources from there. And you know what? We'll clear down here as well. Give our people something to do. Bit of a long walk, but I'm sure they won't mind. It's nice weather. What's the temperature? Current temperature, 12 degrees, late autumn. And there's been a lot of debate recently about, in the comments, about whether 12, 11, 12 degrees is hot or cold. For me, it's like 12 degrees in the UK is kind of like pretty like average. It's not cold, but it's not warm. It's just kind of meh, you know. You're gonna be putting a coat on, but it's not like cold. It's not like, you know, gloves and scarf weather. Okay, right, well, you know what? There's been so much info together. We haven't really done too much. But you know what? It'll be in the next episode. I can't wait to get on with this and tell you more about the history of the Fakawi tribe and start building this and start getting the trading going and start getting some of the new crops going and get some of the new buildings going. Oh, it's gonna be awesome.